We were at this coffee shop this morning.
Supposed to be Italian.
Yeah, we're like, let's go for a date. We're gonna go to a coffee shop, and here we're in, Napoli, Florida, Naples, just outside of it. So we're like, man, let's find a really good Italian coffee shop. So John looks it up, and everything alluded to it being Italian. And we go in, we're like, oh, look at that. On the wall, he's got his Italian wines along the side, and then the pastries in the back. So it's starting to but then we tried the coffee. The coffee it was okay. We're not trying to be foodie snobs. Like, we are like living tuning forks. We have a harmonic consulting is one of the businesses we have. So we can walk into a place and just tune and know, okay, here's what would really improve this place. Here's what would make you thrive and stuff. So anyway, so
we get to talking.
We get to talking
with the owner.
We're like, are you Italian? Are you from Italy? Oh no, I'm just your average guy. This is something we wanted to do. And I'm thinking, and I'm listening, right? Listening to hear, is this his passion? And so automatically he leads us over to the wine wall. And we're like, okay, we're being led to his passion here. And he's telling us about, which is cool, all the different Italian wines, and then Spain and some other places. And I guess
just the artistry of it.
The artistry of it.
Fascinating.
And then showing us the food. Now the food, it was more German kind of stuff. And we're like, it's got the German pretzels and pastries more bent towards Germany. And come to find out, he lived in Germany, right? And he visited Italy. And so we're following the thread of this thing. I'm doing this. I'm like, okay.
Trying to figure out who you are,
Yes. Then this is the whole point. We're living in a time where it's becoming so evident. If you are not a match to your passion in what you're doing, it will either become obsolete or it really confuses people. It puts a static, or like you can be doing so many different things and people are like, who are you? And what are you? Like, how do I even tell people about you? And it's hard for creators, entrepreneurs. All of you guys know that are entrepreneurs. You get so many different things, so many different ideas. And really, it should never be, oh, this is going to make me a lot of money. It needs to be, the only way it's going to last is if it is your passion. And
then unfold that.
Come out of your mouth, right?
But unpack that a little bit, because passion can be linked to conditioning. And so when we say passion, what we're meaning is, what is my original design and my original blueprint that I showed up here for? Many of us are awakening to that, and we're waking up out of the fog. We're waking up out of the false, and we're starting to see, wait a minute, my desires are even changing. It's not that they're changing to be something entirely not you. They're becoming the real you. So remember how we started talking about loving ourselves, and hey, Andy, good you could jump on. It's like 2 a.m. over there. Spontaneous laugh. You know how it is. So this is so near and dear to God's heart, because if we don't believe that he is jolly and joyful and playful most of the time, then we're falling prey to a religious picture of God. And I know it's hard for some of y'all that think that he's stern and angry and, always serious all the time. When we found out that God is serious, not most of the time, and that Jesus is really goofy and funny and has a great sense of humor, when I discovered that for myself, it was like, I bought into the lie that there's no serious business going on. There's really not.
There's nothing serious going on here.
Yeah. So Andy says, I love the painting. So that is Amy's latest. She's almost done with it.
Yeah, it's not done yet, you guys. But I wanted to show you, because we were talking about the whole
it relates to this
thing with like the coffee this morning and the Italian and having the whole picture. So when we went into the place, it really makes a place pop even more if they capture every element of their whole theme. So if you're labeling it Italian, like play some Italian music or at least Frank Sinatra, like make it the experience. And so you're getting the full body wrap, right? You're like, oh, I'm having an experience in Italy. I'm having my cappuccino. I'm hearing Italians talk, right? Or it's the person at the front desk can speak a little bit of Italian or greets you like an Italian, and maybe they're giving some samples, or they're, there's so many things that just make people come back, because it's how you make people feel, right? And
by being in your
when we
authentic
came
element.
in, So when we came into this place, it was really dark. Like, we're like, oh, I can't really see it. The music was loud, and it was like your average, like, um, pub food kind of like old rock kind of music. And we're like, this doesn't match. Like, it's a mismatch, right? Yeah, it's Sinatra, come on. Or Dean Martin, something, big band. But anyway, so we're tasting, right? We're tasting tuning coming in. And so now, leading back to the art picture, this is
Pelican Jack.
this is Pelican Jack going on right here. But he is in Naples, Florida, which is full of Italians, right? Full of the whole, you've got the walls that they're known for, that's stucco, toccato. It's what's the word for it? Tuscan, but it's that whole Tuscan thing. And he's got his cappuccino he's made here. He's going to be looking at the local news. The whole series is called The Old Birds. It's so fun. I'm working on a bunch. This is the first of many.
Pelican Jack.
It's Pelican Jack, kind of a bent of Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson hair right there going on, and the glasses.
And that's another note. So when you think of a name like Jack Nicholson, you automatically know who he is, what he's known for, the movies he's known for. You can hear his voice. You can see that raised eyebrow. You can see the wild hair. It is lock, load, boom, Jack Nicholson, right? And so this is what we're saying when it comes to your cafe or any kind of business thing you're wanting to do. Like, really let it be a full bloom. Like, whoa, this is who they are. This is what they do. This is the experience you're going to have. This is,
Yeah. And so, they can't, it's like somebody could sit there and say, well, yeah, just go after it. But what we're saying is, in this Edenic awakening that we're in, it's like we're in such a fine attunement. We're in such a fine tuning right now in the spirit that God is almost forcing, or putting this way, he doesn't force because love doesn't force.
Shining the light
but he's shining a light on us standing in the mirror. And what do we see in the mirror? Do we love ourselves enough to say, hold on a minute, I'm going to allow this inner dealings to take place, as painful as it is? And I want to share this with the men, because I'm almost done with the men's book called Held as well.
It's going to be so good, you guys.
It's
good.
Off the charts good. And I'm shocked at what's coming through. Every man's going to want to read this book. In the book, I talk about being held is looking at yourself in the mirror and being okay with what you see. Not only with being okay with what you see, but then begin to love what you see. And we're taught so much in the church world, institutional world, do not focus on yourself because it's demonic. Do not focus on yourself because it's selfish ambition. Do not focus on yourself because it's selfish. And then we abandon and neglect ourselves from loving ourselves, so that we can literally be the alignment and the harmonic being that's in tune with Christ within, in tune with unconditional love, in tune with loving ourselves enough so that the field is strong enough to go out and bring alignment to everything around us, including the Italian coffee shop or the artistry or whatever you're doing. And so the only way into that is to begin to love ourselves enough so that it begins to strengthen and come up and out of us in the alignment. Most people don't love themselves.
Yeah.
They don't. I didn't love myself for the longest time.
Right? You just don't know.
You don't know yourself.
Your parents kind of projected their own ideas onto you. Religion projected its own idea. Society, all these ideas. And this is why it is melting and dissolving as we're ascending right now in this time in the earth, why the veil's getting so thin. And when a veil gets thin, you can see who you are. And it gives you permission to finally be who you really are. And it transcends all these small 3D identities. You're actually coming into your eternal beingness and into the conductor that God designed you. Oh my goodness, you guys. The whole purpose, we came was for the joy of creating. Out of all the cosmos, we are the ones God literally breathed into clay. We have his living breath, frequency, creativity. We're given full permission where he said, okay, go. What would you like to create? What would you like to do? And we can make a song and change in mid-song and change it to another composition. And all the cosmos is excited to see what we're going to do, what we're going to create. And they're backing us up. And so that's why religion, government, the false matrix, everything tries to keep you so small, keep your light so dim, keep you very uniform, because don't you dare remember who you are, that you're a massive endless co-creator with God to be able to do these things. And so this is why it's not being allowed anymore. That's why you're feeling things fall flat when you're trying to be anything else other than you. And how do you follow the spark? You follow the hum. How do I know when it's of me? How do I know when it's something? You'll feel that pulse. You'll feel the hum. You'll feel the excitement. And that is energy, light, photonic burst coming into you saying life, life, life is on that. Go for it. Follow that. Follow the hum.
What did you
That's the
do
key.
for you, for example, to break it down even further?
I just started getting these downloads and it made me laugh. Like when I'm painting this, I am just cracking up and laughing, having fun, manifesting this forward into reality and bringing joy to people. And people can say, well, that's not religious. That's not, you know, this has so many elements, the fruit of the spirit on it, really. I mean, he's laughing, he's relaxed, he's in a harmonic state. He's, you know, there's just...
He's at rest, he's at peace.
The colors, color therapy, guys, color therapy, laughter therapy. So there's so much that can come even out of a painting, out of your gifts. So what's wanting to birth and come out of your gift? So, and the whole point too, what I was trying to pull out with... What
is that, Andy?
Yeah. When I was trying to pull out with this painting, and it's not done yet, so if you can't see it too well, this is the base blocking in, but you can tell the whole thing has the theme intact, right? You've got your cannoli, you've got the espresso, cappuccino espresso, the Tuscan walls. It's going to say, Cafe Pelicano up there. You've got, just so much too. So I'm saying you can know the theme of it. So when it comes to a business and restaurant, so does it ever confuse you guys? Like when you see you're have a hankering hunger to go to a Thai restaurant, and we see this a lot in Florida, is these Thai sushi restaurants, and we're just like, doesn't it give you this split energy feel? Like, well, if they're focused, they're splitting their energy into Japanese and Thai. I want authentic Thai, you know?
Yeah.
And so, again, this is so important. This is what the whole point of this message, too, is we're talking about don't divide yourself. Really know your theme so you can put the full flavor. And, of course, branch out, but stay within that theme so people don't get confused and they can really have the full experience. It's only going to profit you more and just fill your heartstring, right?
Yeah.
Because you can feel if you step into something and you hit into your logic and think, well, this is going to make money, so I'll add this here. What if somebody doesn't like Thai? Well, my wife makes sushi, you know, she's Japanese, so maybe I'll add that in, you know, or, and that's fine if couples want to pair and do that. But you know what I mean? It's just hone into the passion, the core. What's the experience you want people to have? What's the experience you want to have when you go into a place? Let me know, guys.
Sean the mom. Hey, good to see you. Hey, so this will be, when she gets done with it, the print will be available on Canvas. And there's other ones, the Geckos on Vacation, if you're interested.
You guys saw that on the Instagram and Facebook. On
our site. The
prints are ready.
At humhustle.com and go to the Hum Art on their link.
Yes.
Hum Works. And then click on there. There'll be a link to the art store. Now, it's newly developed. We'd had to redo it again. So, but there are prints available. There's coasters. There's things like that. So this is a part, Shauna, if you didn't see this, this is one of many that she's going to be doing of the Old Bird series. So
the Old Bird series that know how to have fun. So all of the images I'm going to be working on, they're doing just fun stuff, like where retirement is like the rebirth of really getting to do what you wanted to do and have fun. And I've even got a couple in the work, like the couples, and they're doing fun things, you know, whether it's a dinner cruise or riding on their little Vespa or something. It's just...
Yeah, so if you have any ideas too for the Pelican series, drop them, message us, DM us or something, because she's kind of pondering which ones will. Yeah. So anyway, I love what you said, Sean, Mom, too. You're so right on. And then Andy, yeah, like when you see a pizza, he said, yeah, I saw a pizza place and then they had hamburgers there. It's like this is a perfect example of somebody that's split because they need money. I think that the ones that we all know that are literally not just in their passion, that's one level. When you go deeper into why you're actually designed and what you're designed for, and you're awakened enough to love yourself, and then you infuse that into whatever you're doing, we can all taste the love of the food or not. When you go to that higher level of this ascension that we're in, this awakening, then you're like, hold on a minute, this is super on the natural. So having a piece of that Italian pizza, now it's filled with light. It's literally, guys, this is no joke. This is what's happening. We're starting to see this in people that are really aligned with why they're here. And when you taste that piece of pizza, we know of this place.
Oh my gosh.
We know of a place like
this.
this.
Here
It's
in Naples, Florida. So,
oh my
and
goodness.
we've been going around asking some of these other places, like again, right? The coffee shop today, it alluded to being fully Italian. This is your experience. You're going to have Italian coffee. You're going to have, now, so we have been going around asking pizza places that allude to it. Like they've got their Italian flag. I go and I say, okay, well, is your dough made with Italian flour? Like, no, sorry. I'm like,
or like it's not Italian.
Like, using it as it's the old saying, never read the front of the box, right? Because that's all advertisement. Always read the back of the box, the fine print. But anyway, so okay, when you try the authentic real deal, right, or something that's really high quality, it gives you that contrast. So there's a place here, and it's called Mr. One Extraordinary Pizza.
Look it up. Look it up.
He came from Italy, right? He was so passionate. He got the was a 0-1 visa or something where you were exceptional, you were extraordinary, and you came with a business idea. And his dough is so light, and it's sourdough. So he makes it sourdough, so it's easy to digest. It's full organic Italian flour, and he gets the
star shape.
He does this really cool Star of David design too, where this is our cheat day when we do this, but it put like some ricotta underneath and fold it over, and it makes this cool Star of David kind of a shape.
Yeah, it comes over like a wave, and then has this clump of ricotta inside of it.
Well, and it is it's like a bit rich, but there's a special cheese, and Annie, you would know what this is. It's like stracciatella. It's a very light cream that you got to use it within just a few days. And it is so easy to digest, and the flavor was so good. It's like Bella Strada. Anyway,
you'll know.
Where it has like the a little bit firmer on the outside, but then it's like the cream on
really
the inside.
Creamy.
Well, they put this on the pizza. They do a truffle oil underneath. I know. There we go.
So hungry right now.
Truffle oil, and then you do a little hot honey under there, and then they put that yummy the cheese, a special Italian one, and then fresh basil on it, and
it melts in your mouth. The whole thing melts in your mouth, and
you don't feel heavy. You don't have any.
You feel the love and light in it. You really do.
Yes, that Bella. Is it that one?
No,
I think.
And the truffle salami that I'm sending you from Yella, Italy.
Yeah. I know. We're tempted to shave some of that onto it.
Oh, and then it had prosciutto on it.
Yeah, I know. It did. And then and some hot olive oil, like really good quality.
Yeah, spicy olive oil that was
gourmet. It was Italian. It was really good. They did it right. And so then you go to these other places, and it's just not there. And I know there's different levels for different people or whatever, but we're coming into the time where your vibrational match is so important, and you won't have to sell yourself. You won't have to try to make it or try to add all these things in because I need to make money. No, because it's energetics now. It is so energetics. People feel like they're being scammed. If you're not true and authentic to who you are and what you're making, then you've lost their trust right out of the gate, right? If all they get is the front of the box that promises all this stuff, and the back is like American cheese, American flour, you know?
Doesn't that sound like religion?
One and done, I'm on to the next.
It kind of sounds like religion to me. There's a box with all of the things that you can't understand on the back of that recipe, right? You can't understand
the fine print on the back.
The Zinzanites and the Morphidites and the Jesusites and
it's all
additives. And when you strip it all down, like where we're headed back to an Edenic way of expression and living, we started in the spirit, we're ending in the spirit, and all of humanity is racing towards that. I'm sorry for the doomsday people, but the earth is not going to blow up and incinerate. It's just not going to.
No, God is so gracious.
No, the new heavens and the new earth, guess what that is?
It's infusing.
That's what we're becoming. We're becoming. That's what we call it an Edenic awakening. That's what we're becoming. The earth will become Eden once again, only greater.
The wellspring. It's a way of being. When we say Eden, we're not talking about going back to the garden, although the earth is rebirthing herself, but we're talking about the way of being back then. Living, things coming to you. You're moving in a rhythm with God, and you're pulling from a higher field of provision where you're working with creation. We're not running bobbleheads of our logic anymore. We've tapped back down into our heart and spirit, and we can know each other by the Spirit. We're led by the Spirit, and this is what's happening in this great awakening and great return. Is we're coming back online. We're coming back into these. Science is getting blown out of the water constantly as they're seeing this happen. And so what incredible times. And this is why just let stuff go, right? Let it dissolve and let the real you emerge.
We're coming into this great awakening of looking in the mirror and saying, hold on a minute, who am I really? Most Christians that we know of, or anybody to that matter, really do not know themselves. And we don't say this from a place of judgment at all, because I didn't know who I was for the longest time. Really didn't. And I would have people come up to me and say, John doesn't really know what he wants, because I wanted so many things. And I think that's what people do. They throw spaghetti at the wall and they say, well, maybe this will make money. So I'm going to do the MLM pyramid scheme. I'm going to throw spaghetti at the wall, and this will make me a few bucks for my side hustle. No more hustle, guys. Hum over hustle. So they throw the hustle at the wall, and then they engage in it, and then they get bored 5 minutes later because that wasn't the true, authentic them, because they didn't love themselves enough to see it. See, if you don't love yourself enough, allow God's love to permeate and saturate every cell of your being so that you can see, oh, I've been telling myself I have 4 rolls on my stomach. Oh, I've been looking at the moles on my body, and oh, I can't stand how I look. Look at that, honey. You don't look good without makeup.
Instead of life.
We, you know what we do in religion and in this life? We invest more in death than life. And that is just 100% true across the board. Is that you think about what we focus on in certain segments of the church. I'll just say it that way. We focus on warfare, death. We focus on judging, death. We focus on picking others apart, although we say we don't, death.
So it's under discernment.
Yeah, it's under discernment. It's under the label of discernment. No, I'm just discerning. No, you're judging. I did it as a prophet. I went around judging everybody instead of giving life to everybody. People would say, those are life-giving words, but underneath, I didn't love myself. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. And that's the issue right now we're being faced with from and by God is He loves us so much that He's saying, please, for the love of God, love yourself and stop engaging in death.
And it's really...
Stop.
And I know it hits triggers when you hear love yourself, and it's just change it even slightly to be loving towards yourself.
There you go.
Loving towards yourself.
People can chew on that.
And 101 would be, first of all, just because you'll go right into your head. Okay, how can I be loving towards myself? Go deeper into just letting God love you first. Let Him love you. Start feeling that presence, and just okay. I got to share. He's just prompted me right now to share an analogy he gave me yesterday. So I'm sitting out on the porch or whatever, and I was just thinking about certain things, that can hit us all. Whether it's jealousy or envy or just whatever it is. And he goes, "That's not you. That's not you. That's not the real you. You're not that. That's just you." He goes, "You're actually the, DVD player. And those are mimics injecting. They're inserting into you to see if you're going to play that script out. Play it. But you have the power at any time to eject that script, eject that movie, and say, that's not me. I don't have to entertain that. I don't have to entertain that thought. I am love. I am patient. I am one with Him. We are made out of Him. So anything that's not what He's like is not us. And so at any moment, we don't have to go through long healing sessions and all this kind of stuff.
No.
Any moment, you can just push eject. Oh, not having that. That's not me. And you can feel it instantly lift, just like the DVD player would feel all of a sudden sudden release and fill it with the true story.
Hey, I tell you what, most of the things in my own life that were detrimental to my health and well-being, like when I used to smoke. I know you probably didn't think I did, but years ago, before I met Amy, I used to smoke and then chew tobacco and all that, trying to get off the cigarettes, right? One day I just said, I'm not loving myself in this area. I didn't say it quite like that. I just said, I'm tired of putting death in my body. So then I just made the decision because I was being honest. And see, God meets us in honesty. Most people aren't honest when it comes to our vices and our addictions because we still like it. And if we're really honest with ourselves, we can look in the mirror and say, no, I still like smoking or whatever it is. When you still like it, you're not ready yet. But when you're ready, it can just drop off just like that. People say, oh, it's so hard. Marriage is so hard, John. No, it's not. It's hard if you're an ego. If it's hard if
you're in resistance, well, yeah.
Then it will be hard for you. I heard a well-known minister, we won't give names, but he just said, God wanted me to tell the people that he's not so easy to get along with.
Can you believe that?
And I was like, whoa, hold on.
Let me see. Let me shine
What are you talking about?
Are we projecting here?
Yeah. Now, he will be hard to get along with if you are hell-bent on stiffening that neck of yours, that beautiful neck of yours, and you stiffen that neck, well, yeah, then it won't be so easy to get along with. Why? Because you're a mismatch. You're not in alignment with love. You've now turned and your face towards being a hard-headed, stubborn person, and you're like, no, I like being stubborn. I like being hard-headed. Yeah, we say we don't, but we really do, because why wouldn't we just soften? Why wouldn't we just say, okay, I'm tired of being a hard-headed person?
Or fear.
Fear of losing
control, fear of, but so that's why they're so stubborn. But yeah, what a deal, huh? You guys?
Yeah, marriage is not hard. I'm going to say that emphatically. Man, we should write a book called that. Marriage is not hard.
We make it hard.
We make it hard with our egos. You know that, men, listening to this.
You put a bunch of rocks, piling it up in the river's flow. Well, it's going to be a bit turbulent. Remove the rock.
I will say with Amy and I have been married successfully, whatever you call that, whatever you want to coin it, for 26 years. And it's most of it's like this. We're just in flow until I get my big fat stubborn face involved, and then I say I offer resistance. Let me just put it that way, and then I get pushback because I'm the one that's engaging in that resistance most of the time. Most of the time, she's an angel. She has her moments because she's human. I don't want to make it sound like she's flawless, because a lot of women get upset about that. Anyway, so and most of the time though, it's this hard-headed guy, and I've learned to just love that part of me. Ooh, let's talk about that. Oh man. Learning to face all of us and love it. Now, this is a big one for the church that doesn't. They just want to look at the ugly side of them.
Yeah.
And they want to cast it out as if it's some kind of demon with your 50,000 moles on your back, right? Like they're all demons.
Emotional bypass.
It is. When we look at all of us, the totality of this beautiful body that God made, this wondrous, complex, amazingly brilliant anatomy, and spirit side,
technology and physics,
with all of its issues, with all of its isms and schisms. And if we don't send love to the enemy we think we are in that certain area, loving our enemies, right? If we don't, guess what's going to happen? We're going to stay in resistance. And that resistance is going to keep us from expanding and blooming like the flower, like Amy always talks about, the petals opening up. We're going to stay closed up. So
only stay stuck on one. This petals,
love all of
you.
Send love to all of you.
Yeah, to keep everything else hidden.
And that addiction will leave your life. If you send love to the addiction, send love to the cigarettes. If you're addicted to cigarettes, send love to the prosciutto. If you're addicted to prosciutto and you want to stop being so addicted to it. I don't know why you want to do that. But anyway, so whatever it is, right? If you're overindulging in anything, send love to it and watch it dissolve.
Release the judgment.
Release the judgment.
Release the judgment, and then it releases the resistance, right? So then the real you can rise to the surface, and you don't need it anymore because you don't have that fighting resistance. You actually step out of the ring of fighting with yourself, right? Of shame, condemning, judgment. I mean, that's the real deal. That's what really keeps you locked in, is that self-hate, the self-shame, the judgment. So then what do? Then you self-sabotage because you're addicted to that energetic loop that holds you under this shallow breathing of self-hatred. And when you say, you know what, I'm allowed to feel this way, it's such a big key that opens you up and out. Just give yourself allowance. I'm allowed to feel this way. And then boom, the resistance lifts. You're like, if I'm allowed to feel this way, I'm also allowed to walk free of this. And I choose
That's
it.
right. If you love something, let it go.
Oh,
and
I see Andy Rose.
it will
there.
come back to you if it was meant for you. It'll walk right back to you in a way that's balanced and not. See, the real question is why? What is the root of why I'm addicted to pickled herring or deviled eggs or cigarettes? Or
that's just a symptom, right?
It's just a symptom of the real issue underneath. Yeah. Well, oftentimes we eat food because we have emotional stuff going on. So it's an emotional reach for something that makes me feel comforted. So who in your family ate pickled herring when you were a boy, or who in your family smoked cigarettes? And then for some strange reason, you got used to that smell. Like for me, when I used to smoke cigarettes years ago, my grandmother was a one after another, and I loved her a lot, but I got used to that familiarity, and it was a reminder of something that brought me comfort. It was a familiarity. And so if you look at anything in your life that's that way. So why people, let's back to the alignment of the service that we're here for. Why do people put hamburgers with pizza and have a mixture going on? Or sushi with Thai? Why do people, like yesterday I walked into this Haitian restaurant to use the boys' room there. And I walked in and the place is just vacant, and it felt real desolate. But I smell this good food, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is this a restaurant? I had to guess. Like, I saw food on the window up there, but I saw it was Haitian, because I went in and I asked, and the lady goes, oh, it's Haitian food. I said, oh, I couldn't tell because the window up there had hamburgers and fries, and it had pizza, and then it had some fish, and then it had some other food that maybe looked Caribbean, but I couldn't tell what it was because your sign says something like it was Ankeny Cafe or something. And so I was confused. Okay. What happens, you guys, when we throw spaghetti at the wall and we're trying to be one person and we're not? For so long, the institution of religion made me wear a mask from the real John, because I was told to shut up. I was told to sit down. You're talking too much. You're prophesying too long. You're one friend I had, he's not a friend now, but I thought he was. He said that John's a mic hog. And that's all he could say when I asked about who he was or how he was doing. I was like, hey, how's so-and-so doing, to another friend of mine when I was in that city. And all he could respond with, well, he thinks you're a mic hog. I'm like, wow. Okay, I thought we had a friendship. And well, if he wants to label me a mic hog, so be it. I could label everyone a mic hog that loves to speak or has been born to speak or called to speak. You can't let people judge and misjudge you and misalign you with who you're not, with who you're really meant to be, because this is what systems do. They box us in, they depress us and compress us into being a used car dealership when you were meant to run like a Lotus or a Ferrari, or at the very least a GTRS Porsche. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so true. The suppression is crazy. So, back to not being able to be fully you and fully bloom. Again, we're coming into this time. You're allowed to. I think it's when we finally stop believing the lie that you're not. And it comes back to, how do you want to show up? Instead of us trying to please everybody else, so you become this chameleon. And this is the thing, again, like the restaurants. Well, I need to make sure I meet my quota for the first 5 years and make enough money, so I better chameleon-size and be this.
Chameleon-size, that's a new word.
Be this to that group and be that. But it splits, right? A double-minded man shall inherit nothing. And so what people want is authentic. Even if you're, okay, so we went to the farmer's market last Saturday. This guy is his first time there. He's selling flan, right? And this is
flan.
How
do you say it, Andy?
Flan. And for all of you guys that don't know, Andy is a amazing French
5-star Michelin chef. Just is amazingly epic at everything he does. Ask his wife.
Yes, and Janine is incredible singer. If you guys want to learn singing or anything, she is a teacher.
Right, Sean.
So yeah. She has amazing, she knows how to teach the hum. So anyway, back to the whole thing of, how do you want to show up? And so anyway, flan. That's all he brought. That's all
There
he
it is,
brought.
flowing, yeah.
But yet he knew what he wanted to do. This was his signature recipe. He has given out samples. He had passion in it. And what was his slogan too about it? He goes, this passion in the food or something.
I've infused all of my love into the flan.
There you go.
And it's like, okay,
so
sign me up, buddy.
easy,
You just won
right.
me over not at the flan, but you infusing love, because I could tell love was all over it. See, we want to show up
Single-minded.
and see that, but we also want to be that.
It eludes, yeah. And it eludes confidence versus neediness. When you try to put
Exactly.
out too many things, it creates this reach for humanity. And they're like, I don't know. You don't know what you want. So why would I want it, you know? So anyway, and again, we're not saying don't have variety, but stick within your theme if you can. But
Well,
yeah.
and you'll know it. Like Amy just knows innately that she's an artist, and she's a very excellent one, by the way. I just have to say this, brag on her a little bit, because I don't know if she realizes how supernatural her gift is. This right here took you what, less than a week?
3 days.
3 days.
So
Okay.
far.
3 days just to do this, and she's not done yet. She's got a whole lot of more detail to go. But this painting normally would take the average person months to do, sometimes a year to do something. And you artists know this. She has this gift where she can knock this out. She did a buffalo that's similar with a lot of detail. She did that in what, 4 hours? Or for like 4 hours. So she knows that this is a gift innately in her, and so she aligns with it. Now, she could use every excuse in the world and say, because of her upbringing, her mom and dad and all them really love her, but they'll admit that maybe they didn't put special attention on her gift and just really champion it. And they admit to that, but what I'm saying is now they do. Now they really cheer her on. But it's one of those things where she could have shut down any time and she could have said, no, I suck as an artist, or I'm not good enough.
And I got fought a lot there.
She did.
Because I'm self-taught. And so, you're thinking, yeah, the technique, if I knew how to do this. And then the frustration of having to learn and kind of figure it out on your own. But then there's an advantage to that, though, because then you can actually intuitively be led to paint and discover. And the joy of that, let yourself, versus you go to college and things. Now you've got all these protocols. You're trying to let your inspiration work itself way through. So it's like, right? Either way.
It's natural for us to speak. And when I was a boy and even a teenager, I was very shy and reserved. I know you probably
imagine that. Could you
imagine that? And so I wasn't a mic then. So, and back then I was so reserved and everything, but because I didn't know myself like I do now. I didn't love myself like I do now. And so therefore it's all compressed and there's a veil. You can't see what your alignment really was meant to be in that place of effortless service. What is effortless to you?
Yes.
Do you know that yet? And there's no condemnation if you don't, but a lot of people don't know what their flow state is, or their harmonic state is another good way to say it. Hum state. They don't know what that is, to where when they touch something, it's not work to them at all. Mm-hmm. So if you know that, great, you're on your way to real fullness of awakening, because this is what makes God smile. I'm telling you, it makes him smile so much when you're in your joy and your smile, not focused on warfare, not focused on, trying to cast a demon out of every little thing, and a chihuahua yapping in the drive-through. And you're like, that's annoying to me. Come out, chihuahua. That kind of stuff. That's a person that doesn't know themselves. Yeah, it really is, because I didn't know myself and I was doing all that. And it was really all it's a matter of is sending love to the chihuahua, and the chihuahua will go, Rip!
But you caused resistance. Now you're in the ring. And
now you're in the ring, cocks fighting cocks. You know what I mean?
So I wanted to say, too, though, like, now the flip side of it, right? When you guys have something you're naturally really good at, is to neutralize it, to poo-poo it. Oh, well, anybody could do this, right? When they're like, no, I can't. But it's so easy to say, is anybody going to even want this? Oh, anybody could do this, because it's so easy for you. You don't even realize that it's unique or it's special. So I just want to encourage you all. Catch yourself when you find yourself doing, I do this. Oh, it's not that hard. It's so natural and effortless for you.
That's ding, ding, ding.
Boom. Yes.
That's a sign for.
That's how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. And The false matrix has given accolades to complications.
Yeah.
And say, oh, well, you need more degrees. Oh, you need more college this. Oh, you need more this. It's never enough. And God is just the opposite, right? It's an open, effortless flow because it's made to be enjoyed. It's made to be effortless, and it's made for you and God to do together. You're the light bearer. He gifted all of us with our unique gifts, and we are this incredible prism that gets to union with him and join with him and then have fun getting to choose the colors of the expression of it, whether it's painting, whether it's chef, whether it's mechanics, whatever it is, whatever makes your heart sing. So I just encourage you guys, don't poo-poo it. If it comes effortless and everybody else is telling you, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And you just kind of like, this is what I do, and tap in. That's your juice. That's your stream flowing. So
I wonder if we should start a harmonic creation center called the Hum Center.
Yes, that is on the radar.
Just an idea.
Anyway,
so
we wanted to just jump on and just bring this encouragement about staying harmonically tuned, not doing more than you need, but make sure that it has a hum. If you have branches coming out of it, test the hum on it. Does this hum? This one doesn't hum, or that one doesn't even make sense to add on. And being true to yourself, because that's where the fuel, the eternal continual fuel will come, and you won't have to keep trying to make it happen. And it's heavy, and it's like metal, when you need your brakes changed and you're metal on metal. Yeah.
So if you're one that's stuck in a job, or you're one that's stuck in a business, if you're one that's stuck in a church, and you're stuck, it may just be a 5-degree misalignment. So when you let go of the weights and you ask the deeper questions, like, am I in alignment with loving myself first and foremost? Do I love myself enough? You have so many people, and I say this with all the love in the world, I really do, because I was a part of this culture, is you have so many people that are unhealthy emotionally, spiritually, physically, sitting in the institution of church that have neglected the greatest command. Love others as yourself first. You can't save your baby on the plane when the plane's going down if you don't put that mask on yourself first. So we're being forced to look at ourselves and love ourselves. Yeah. So that we can genuinely love our neighbor out of alignment, out of harmonic flow, out of such precision that I wouldn't even think of putting hamburgers with pizza and starting a restaurant that way. I wouldn't think of starting a restaurant and not making it beautiful.
That's out of the box, unique, and they're together. Yeah, but I get what
we're sending smashing hugs to you too, Sean, the mom.
Yes.
So, you wouldn't think of doing something that was out of misalignment. Believe me, guys, we've been the king and queen of misalignment at some points in our life. It's only because we wanted to do so many things. Okay. And we've learned to discover when we love ourselves more in a healthy way,
you simplify
lovingness to ourselves and begin to nurture ourselves the way God does. Because many of us weren't nurtured in church, right? We weren't nurtured by the apostles, where it says in Ephesians 4:11, their job is to nurture the saints. Read it. It's in size 20,000 font right there. Nurture. Can I say it again? Nurture. That's their only job, is to nurture and cultivate the real, authentic, genuine you. But instead, we got masks put on us, mask after mask after mask after mask.
Service, deny yourself, carry your cross.
Yeah, don't love yourself. It's demonic.
No, we're designed. You have full permission to create, to be you, and people get the overflow. If you're not filled up, what good are you for anybody else? And God is not saying, you get a badge, you get a star for draining your life flow out, and you lose all your colors. You threw them on everybody else, and now you're walking in like a translucent gray being that's lost all its colors, and now you're depressed and you're having to deal with stuff, and you're like, God, I don't understand. I gave my life to you. I sacrificed this. I sacrificed that. Listen to the tone of that. I sacrificed versus, oh my gosh, I am so full. I'm getting to do what I love. And the overflow is spilling out on everybody else. And they're getting inspired. And now they're going and starting what they wanted to do because they saw the overflow and the blessings operating in my life and how much joy is resonating because you're Eden's heaven on earth signboard portal and it's oozing out of your pores. Isn't that quite the different contrast in story? That's how we're designed to be. Yeah. You're already whole.
John 15, real quick. I don't know how long we've been on, but this has been fun. Okay. John 15. Let's just look at this. Go with me for just a moment here on this. I am the vine, you are the branches. My Father is the owner of it all. Like basically, he created it all. And so he's creator of the vineyard. I am the vine, you are the branches. When you abide in authenticity, that's the key, not masks, authenticity, you are going to produce fruit naturally. And so he said, Jesus' whole mission was to say, hey, remember who you are. Remember who you are. I say these things so that your joy may be full. Not I say these things so that you can stay out of hell. I say these things so that you won't face my wrath when I come down and smash everything to pieces and separate the sheep from the goats and all that kind of stuff. I say these things so that your joy may be what? Half full? 3/4 the way full? No. Full. It means I say these things so you can live and play the rest of your days.
Rejoice. Again, I say rejoice. Rejoice. That's a ripple effect. Again, I say rejoice. But it's been taught out of us because it's the false matrix, you guys. False matrix has infiltrated the religious system and has taught everyone is stoic, serious about the call, serious. There's no music in serious, guys. There's no flow. There's no dance. Can you imagine? We all have seen the person that stays serious and stoic on the dance floor and it's plain awkward. I mean, you touch them, they're going to tip over and, break. It's like, and flow.
You stumble over feet that way.
Effortless music. That's what touches people. We've all seen these things on Instagram and TikTok where people will go out, like this, what do they call it? Anyway, they'll start dancing and everybody starts laughing and then they're bobbing, or they'll start singing and then everybody, it's the ripple effect. And, it's
contagious.
You're that powerful. So you have full permission, guys. Start now. Start today. Really take that time. Get your favorite tea or coffee or whatever. Go in your favorite spot. Cappuccino. Go in your favorite spot.
And your organic with the Lord, cannoli.
Sit with yourself and feel what gives you life. What makes you come alive. And instead of feeling it for a moment and then, but, no. Eat that tape. Eject that tape and let the real you know this is who I am. I'm feeling the life flow filling my cup now. And now move in that today, you guys. Full permission.
Yeah, full permission. God is giving you full permission.
The more you're going to change the neurological pathway in you that keeps trying to stop you out of self-protection from past experiences.
The economy of the future is joy.
Yep.
The economy of the future is joy because we're retuning and returning to the Edenic nature that we were birthed into before we ever slapped into the ego or the ego ever slapped us. The breach, the fall. That's when the ego was introduced because man chose that over life-giving spirit flow of effortless existence. Everything was already provided for Adam before he ever showed up. Everything that he had need of. Even the wife was brought to his helpmate was brought to him. His equal was brought to him. He didn't go chase it. He who finds a wife finds favor. No, I don't think so. So anyway, as a reminder, you can find when this is done, when this is complete, you'll be able to find the print through a link on our site, humoverhustle.com, and go to the art link and you'll scroll down where you see Amy's pretty face there. You'll see a link and it says order now. There's other prints, Gecko's on Vacation, which we highly recommend.
Yeah, what's sold at the Wyland Gallery in Kauai. That was huge, you guys. Oh man.
That's available now. If you go to the site,
they're available now.
Click on there. This one is not available yet. Remember that. So there's really beautiful hibiscus that she did on Maui, and it is in coaster form. You can get coasters. You can get them, even a pair of men's shoes.
The pillows too. Oh man, the pillows.
Outdoor pillows that are just amazing.
And bags with the hibiscus on them. So you guys, any purchases help big time. Just keep fueling this as well. We so appreciate it.
Yep.
So.
And then my book, which I will give excerpts and show you that soon. I'll let that out a little bit here before it's ready to go. It's called Held. And the subtitle I'm still forming and crafting. It's changed a lot since I started writing it because so much was coming through. And so I want that to be what it needs to be. But it's for men and, the women who love them. So women will get a lot out of it too. But this is going to rock you to the core. I'm telling you, it's changed me as it was coming through and being downloaded through dictation by the Spirit onto the keys. So I look for that coming. And then,
if you haven't got his book, Return to Innocence,
oh man,
it's on Amazon. It's just type in Return to Innocence, John Mayer, and it will come up. But man, it will take you for a ride in the most beautiful rebirthing way back to your true innocence of who you are and how God sees you. So, all right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. It's been fun. Hope you
Oh.
enjoyed it. And please share this message if you feel like you want somebody else to learn about play instead of being in dread and seriousness all the time. All right.
All
Have
right.
a wonderful
Talk soon.
day.
Thanks for all your comments to you guys. Love you. Talk soon.
Bye-bye.